Alright guys, now that we're done simplifying exponents with rational exponents, simplifying expressions with rational expressions, we're going to go on to how do you solve like totally radical equations, right? You saw that coming, right? You simplify expressions, now you're going to solve equations, okay? So you guys, we're going to do part 1, solving radical equations, and these are the basic, and we'll move on to the advanced levels, okay? So you guys, number 18, but I slightly adjusted it, I slightly edited the problem, okay? So you'll see, this is what number 18 looks like, and they tell you basically to solve, okay? Alright, so you guys, let's actually take a look at this. Now, the only difference is that you're used to actually just simplifying, but now you're going to solve. Alright. So you're thinking, oh my gosh, like how do I solve this? You know, don't ever think too far back to like what you used to do like here, okay? Remember when you used to do something like this, you would divide by 4 and then you would always isolate the variable. Same kind of thing here. You want to get this part by itself, right? So you want to divide out the 2. So you get x plus 2 to the 2/3 is equal to 4. Okay, but now, oh my gosh, like what number when I plug in here and I raise it to the 2/3 power, is it 4? Like it's so hard to think about that. But you guys, first of all, you know how you uncube something like this? You want to unsquare this, okay? So what do you, un-2/3 it. So what do? You're going to raise both of these guys, right? Both of the sides. Raise it to the reciprocal, so 3/2. Okay, remember the exponent usually was 2/3, but now you're going to actually just multiply both the exponents by 3/2, the reciprocal. Because what happens to when it's reciprocal? Hiya, 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 that all becomes 1. So you release it, right? Now, the only thing I have to say is this. Now, be careful here. Ding, 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 ding. Be careful, okay? See, guys, when I'm doing this, isn't this actually 4 cubed squared? What do you have to ensure when it's an even root? You have to make sure that this guy is, right? You got to consider both cases. So it's going to equal 4 3/2. That's going to equal x plus 2. Whenever it's an even, when you reciprocate, whenever it's an even number in the nth root, the index is even, you have to ensure that this side, where it's x plus 2, you account for both the positive and negative cases, okay? Because when you take the square root of something like this, and you solve it for x, you're going to get 2 values. That's true. All right. So now, when you remember how to do this, but now, let's actually take care of this guy first. What is this? Isn't this guy actually 2/64? So what's the square root of 64? It's going to equal 8. But this is going to be x plus 2 here. Okay? Now this is just solving an absolute value equation. Solving absolute value equation, right? So we have to separate them. And you get x plus 2 equals 8. X plus 2 equals negative 8. And x equals 6. X equals negative 10. But now, we can't already assume that it has 2 solutions. You must always check to make sure. Check both. Checky, checky. Okay, so you got to check both. So 6 plus 2 to the 2/3. Does it indeed equal 8? Let's check this too. We're checking here. 2 negative 10 plus 2 to the 2/3. Does it indeed equal 8? Let's check it really quick. 8 to the 2/3 is going to be, yep, 8 to the 2/3. It works, right? And so it's going to be 2. 8 to the 2/3 equals 8. Okay? And because it's going to be 2 to the 3rd squared, right? And here 2, negative 8 to the 3rd. Does it indeed equal 8? Yes, they're both true. Yes. Okay? Now, if you need help with this, you guys, it's going to be 2. Actually, let's do the 8 to 2/3 separately, okay? It's going to be 3rd root of 8 squared. Isn't this actually 3rd root of 64? So that's actually going to equal 4. So 2 times 4. Same thing here. It's going to be 2, right, times, it's actually negative 8 2/3, okay? Negative 8 2/3, so it's 3 here. Negative 8 squared, right? So it's going to be 64. 64, because negative 8 squared, so it's going to be 4. So both are true. All right? All right, so that's true. All right, so 2 solutions. All right, let's move on. So you guys stop the video at any time if you need to actually digest something. And if you have questions, write down, ask Miss Chang, okay? All right, let's go on to a few more. Now, some of these I'm not going to do all the way. I just want you guys to actually just do a few steps, okay? Let's go ahead and go here, okay? So you guys, now, let's do an error analysis, okay? Now, a non-chain gangbanger said that 4 and 1 are the solutions of the problems to shown. Describe and correct the student's error. So you guys, we have this here. All right, so now he solved it like this. Now this is solved, right? We have this equation. We moved the minus plus 2 over to the other side to isolate the x's. But we gotta get, now, we gotta actually take this out of the square root, right? So what do? We square both sides. We square both sides. Now, but remember, we squared both sides. That means we square, so we square this, right? And we square this, square both sides. And that's what we got when you simplified. And we got this, and then we factor, and we got x equals 4 and x equals 1. Now, we gotta check both, okay? So let's check. He said 4 and 1 are solutions. Well, let's check, okay? So let's checky, okay? Square root of 4 plus 2, so let's check for x equals 4 first. Does it equal 4? And that is true, okay? Because 4 equals 4. Now let's try x equals 1. Square root of 1 plus 2. Does it equal 1? No way. 3 does not equal 1. So only 4. Only x equals 4 is a solution. So that's why you have to always check both solutions, okay? All right, let's move on to number 27. How about here? Now again, what are we solving for? We're always going to be solving for x. So don't forget, don't ever think like there's anything else that they want us to solve, okay? Again, well, we gotta make, now just remember this, a couple things. These guys are in packages, and we gotta get rid of that square root, right? Because we gotta unsquare root something. So you guys, we're gonna take the original equation aside, and we're gonna multiply it by the reciprocal again, the exponents, okay? So raise it to, I'm not multiplying, but we're gonna set it, exponent, take the power to 2 over 1, the reciprocal of 1 over 2. Now this side, be careful, let's put the absolute value later if we need it. But we're raising it to a positive power here. So we're actually not even square rooting anything. So it's just going to be left here. But you guys, doesn't this mean x plus 1 squared? That means x plus 1 times x plus 1. So we're going to actually just multiply that out. Okay? Now we just solve. Now, who doesn't know how to solve this, right? So you guys, 0 is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 4. And then you factor, because most likely it's factorable. 4, 1, positive, negative, so x equals negative 4, positive 1. But don't forget to check, because the only solution is 1. This is not a solution. Go ahead and check your answer, okay? All right, let's go on to part 2. So you guys, make sure you stop the video at any time, okay? Let's go on to part 2. Part 2, we're going to start here like this. Solve the radical equations. It says for superstars, but you are a superstar, okay? So you guys, we have, whoa, okay? Look at this guy, okay? Lots of square root signs, but don't be afraid. But you guys, I guess you can square everything, but think about whether that's going to release the square roots. So what you want to do is, you want to rewrite this, so each of the square roots are distributed to both sides. So let's see what happens here. You could try it by squaring the first equation, but you'll have a hard time, okay? So now, let's actually try this. Now, at this stage, we want to release these from square roots, so we're going to square both sides. So we're going to take square and square both sides. So what happens? This guy just becomes 5 minus x, right? Oh, actually, no, I'm just kidding. It comes out of the square root, right? Because we're squaring. So it's 5 minus x. Because root times root, right? Root 100 times root 100 is 100, right? And this sucker, when you actually multiply this out, this is actually 1 plus root x times 1 plus root x, okay? So it's going to be 1 plus 2 root x plus 1. All right, we're almost there. So you guys, let's simplify the, oh, sorry, this should have been x, huh? Sorry, this should have been x. I'm sorry, you guys, I'll follow the rules. It should be x here, okay? All right, now we're almost there. We're almost there. Let's get the x's and the constants together. So we get 2. I'm sorry, we get 2. So here we get 4. I'm sorry. What's happening here? Oh, let's reorganize this, you guys, so it looks nice, okay? So let's get the x's together. Minus 2, let's actually move this over here, okay? Let's just do this, okay? So positive 4 minus 2x is equal to 2 root x, okay? Right? Minus 4 equals minus 2x. And now, you guys, let's divide by 2 on both sides, right? So we get, these all have factor of 2, so it's 2 minus x is equal to root x. Okay, that's just all algebra. Now the last step is, we got to get this guy out of the shell. So what do? We square both sides. How do you undo square root? You square both sides. So we're going to square this guy, we're going to square this guy. That's going to come out of its shell, and this is going to become 4 minus 2x plus x squared. Okay, now we rearrange to get x squared minus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, and we're going to actually factor that. X, 4, 1. Oh, that doesn't work, huh, guys? This doesn't work. Not factorable. So you're going to have to actually take quadratic formula. Okay, get the quadratic formula. Let's just make sure that I did all my math correct here. 4 negative 2x plus x squared. Yep, x, yep, that's right. 2, 1. Yep, okay. So let's make sure that I got this guy correct. 4, yep. Minus 3x plus 4. Yep, that's right. Okay, so you guys, quadratic formula and get your solutions, okay? Let's try another one here. Ready? So you guys, let's try a hard one. Whoa, homework, but you guys, you're going to have it for homework, but I'll just do the first 2 steps for you. So I'm not going to finish most of these now, okay? Now, how about here? Whoa. So again, I told you to separate these, yeah? I think it's the best way. So let's go like this, 3x plus 1 equals 2 plus square root of x plus 1. Now, what do? Yes, you got it. I heard you. You want to release these from the square root, so you square both sides. Let's square both sides, square both sides. It's going to be really long and ugly, but that's what you do. Okay, let's see what you get here. You'll get, this just comes out of the shell, is equal to. Now, remember, this means 2 plus x plus 1, 2 plus root x plus 1, okay? That's going to be 4 plus 2 root x plus 1 plus x plus 1, because it's root x plus 1 times root x plus 1. Now let's rearrange that. So we get all the x's together. That's going to be 2x, right? These goes away. That becomes 2x. 5, but plus 1 here. So minus 4 is equal to 2 root x plus 1. Let's finish all the way. So you guys, we're going to divide this by 2 again. So we get x minus 2, right? X plus 1. Again, square root. So we square both sides. Square both sides, so you get x squared minus 4x plus 4 is equal to x plus 1. Rearrange, oh my gosh, it seems repetitive, minus 5x plus minus 3 equals 0. Again, it's not going to work out like this. You're going to have to do quadratic formula here. Okay? But once you're done with the answer, make sure you check your solutions, okay? All right, let's move on to the next. All right. So you guys, we're going to work on this in class, so don't stress. All right? Don't stress, please. All right. Let's just solve for the first 2 steps for all of these, okay? So here. Whoa. Okay. Try to guess on the first step. Stop the video and try to actually finish the first step. Okay? I hope your first step looks like this. Okay? Now try your second step. Okay? I think I heard you. You squared this, right? Because you want to take it out from the square root, right? So you'll get x plus 3 is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 1, dot, 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 and you'll finish that, okay? All right. So I won't solve it all the way, but just make sure after you find your x values, you check to see that they both work, okay? If you have 2 solutions, that is. How about here, you guys? Can you guys do the first step? Okay. I hope your first step was x plus 3 is equal to 2x plus 7. Do your second step. I hope your second step was you're squaring both sides. Squaring both sides, okay? So they both should have come out of its shell. 2x plus 7. And then solving is easy. Dot, 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 okay? 39, first 2 steps. Whoa. All right, this was a tricky one. I hope your first step was this is equal to 5 minus 2x to the 1/4. But now, we have two different exponents, 1/2 and 1/4. One's the fourth root, one's the second root, right? Half root, right? So you guys, all you do is find the LCD of 2 and 4, which is 4. Because that'll release this one and this one. So let's do that. Raise it to the 4th power, raise it to the 4th power. That's going to give you x plus 5 squared, right? Is equal to 5 minus 2x to the 1 power, because it's 1/4 times 4. Alright, so we get x squared plus 10x plus 25 here. Okay, equals 5 minus 2x, and I'll leave you to solve the rest. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. I'll just give you one more really quickly and see if you can solve it all the way. Okay, let's try this one. Alright, number 55 is the last one I'm going to show you an example of. Alright, so you guys try the first step. Yep, you got it. Isolate this guy, right? 2x minus 1, 4/3 is equal to 32. Divide by 2, so x minus 1, 4/3 is equal to 16. Great. Now, this is, guys, 4/3. So the reciprocal of 4/3 is 3/4. Again, 3/4. Ding, 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 ding. Even index, right? So what do we need here? We need absolute value of x minus 1 is equal to, but now try this on the side here, okay? 3rd root of 16 to the 4th, right? Okay, but you guys, isn't this really, let's rewrite this in front of each other. Sometimes this is going to be easier, but sometimes it's going to be this. Look at this. Isn't this 2 to the 4th? Isn't 16 2 to the 4th, you guys? And 3/4. So what's that? 2 to the 3rd, which is 8. Now, if you can't think of it this way, you can do it this way too. Isn't this, right? How do you want to do this? You want to do it this way? Let's go cubic root of 16 cubed times 16. Well, this one comes out because there's one of these, right? And we have 16 here. Now, is there a perfect... Wait, 16/3. Oh, 16 to the 4th. Oops, I switched them. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I wrote this wrong. I was like, what's happening here? Okay, totally natural. Okay, sorry about that. So this is gonna be, sorry, I write it here. 4th root of 16 to the 3rd. Okay, which means, isn't this? Okay, is this a 4th root? Is this a 4th root of some number? Yes. Okay, so this is, isn't this 4th root of 8? I'm sorry, no, 2 to the 4th. 2 to the 4th to the 3rd, right? So it's actually, that's already here, 4th root of 2 to the 12th, which is 2 to the 3rd, because it's 12 and 4, which is also 2 to the 3rd, okay, which is 8. So this should be an 8, okay? All right, now we actually separate this, so you get x minus 1 equals 8, x minus 1 equals negative 8. So you get x equals 9, x equals negative 7. Now, the question is, do both work? Let's talk about that when I see you again, okay? All right, good luck, guys. Have fun. Bye.